Hello, YouTubers and subscribers, followers, everybody that watches my videos. Welcome to another week of my YouTube videos, Top 10 Crazy Soap Opera Plot Lines. So, let's hear the introduction music, shall we? Well, welcome to our next video on Top 10 Crazy Soap Opera Plot Lines. And again, I know I'm kind of repetitive, but another one from yet General Hospital, because that's where a lot of the storylines I saw and I recall in my growing up came from. So this week, how about this one? We're on the 6th Top 10 Craziest Soap Opera Plot Line. And this week's video is brought to you by the letters L-I-E. Yes, a lie. How about that one? And a lie that doesn't come out for 15 years. Does that grab your attention? Yes, a lie that does not come out for 15 years. And we also should add in 3 other letters that this video is brought to you by, and that is the WSB. Okay, I think I've shared, if you've seen my other videos, I've shared this with you in the past. The WSB on General Hospital was this really top-notch kind of FBI company that a lot of the characters worked for, the Word Security Bureau, and they were very serious and professional, and they were, you quite often couldn't get a lot of information out of them because the information was classified, top secret. Okay, so that's where we're lining up to for this video, okay? So this video is going to involve a few different people. Let me get this introduced for you, okay? So, it's going to predominantly feature Robert and Anna, and at this point, Robert and Anna are married, okay? So, we already saw that back in a previous video that they got remarried. Okay, so they're married. However, Robert can't find his wife. Robert can't find his wife because at this point in time in this storyline, his wife has been kidnapped. And the person that kidnapped her is a very bad guy by the name of Faison. Okay? His actual phone name is Cesar Faison, but he goes by Faison. And he is actually he actually works for the rival agency of the WSB, the DVX, I shared with you. Okay, so this is what's going on with this storyline that I'm going to set up for you. Okay, what you need to know about Faison is actually Anna worked for Faison back in the early 80s. So that made Anna a double agent. Da-da-da-dun. Yeah, she was a double agent because she worked for both the WSB and the DVX, and that is that's a no-no. And actually, it was something that nobody found out about until years later, because this man named Sean Donnelly was head of the WSB at the time. Sean Donnelly is a really good friend of the two of them. But Sean Donnelly was head of the WSB, and he made a deal with the devil back in the early 80s. He allowed Faison to have Anna work for him in exchange for, and basically the exchange price was Faison wanted Sean to make him look like he wasn't around. Basically, he wanted Sean to say that Faison had died, and Anna would continue to work for him. So this was kind of the background to this that happened way in the early 80s. And actually, Faison and Anna had the same nanny growing up too, so they knew each other since they were kids. And safe to say, Faison is infatuated with Anna. So he always felt like he wanted a family with her. So he arranged to kidnap her after Robert and Anna got married. And he was very, very crafty and devious. And they got different leads and could not catch up with Faison and to get his wife, to get Anna back. So that's what's going on. Now you need to be, Robert, Anna, and Sean are going to be in these videos, as well as another person by the name of Mac. Mac is Robert's brother, okay? So you're going to see him too. Now, this secret of Anna being a double agent, she is somehow kept under wraps. Robert knew about it back in the early 80s, and Robert divorced Anna because of it. But this secret was not leaked until 1991 somehow. And then in 1991, the WSB found out about it. And then this happened. Black box. Yeah, it's not actually a black box, but what that means is when the WSB uses that term, they have found out that one of their agents is a traitor, a double agent, and not so as not to compromise information. The WSB will put a black box on them and basically make them disappear off the face of the earth. In other words, the WSB will kill their own agents if they are traitors. Da-da-da-dun. Okay, so this is what's leading up to this. So Faison has kidnapped Anna. And now Sean Donnelly, because he has many connections still with the WSB, even though he isn't working for them, he has found out now that the WSB knows about Anna's past and has black boxed her. Now, this is Robert's final scenes on General Hospital. Anna had already left via the kidnapping, but this is Robert's final scenes back in 1991 before he leaves the show. Robert is going to head off on his own because he feels like that's the best thing to do. He feels it's the safest thing to do, to go on his own and not have any help to try to locate his wife. And another thing you need to be aware of is that Faison was doing mind hypnosis. Yes, all these things that happen in soap opera land. He was doing mind hypnosis on both Robert and Anna at one point. So they're also afraid that Anna might not know what she's doing, and she might be hypnotized under his mind control, and who knows what she might end up doing. So Robert is about, in this scene we're seeing here, Robert is about to say bye to his buddy Sean Donnelly. Robert's still the police commissioner, but he's going to be taking off to look for his wife. So he has approved that Sean Donnelly will be the police commissioner and keep his seat warm until he gets back, if he gets back. Okay, so this is what's setting up for this top 10 crazy soap opera plotline. We're in the top 6 now, and this is going to be about Robert and Anna's last days on General Hospital. Okay, and Robert trying to find his wife, who has been kidnapped by the evil Cesar Faison. Okay, so take a look at this clip here. This is the first clip I'm going to show you, and this is actually Robert with Sean as he's about to leave, and Sean is sharing some information with Robert that he was not aware of. Okay, so check it out.
I've got to bring you up to speed on something, okay? I got a call from Doug at the WSB. Doug at the time? Oh, he has, but he keeps in touch with the Bureau. He called me with some top secret information. The Bureau is convinced that the tape that Anna sent is absolutely authentic, made of her own free will. All the evidence points to the fact that she went off with Faison voluntarily.
I'm kind of sick of hearing this, Sean, you know?
I agree with you, but it really doesn't matter what we think. They tagged her as a double agent. They put her file into the black box category.
You mean termination?
On site. Bud says that they feel that she has too much classified information in her memory. And even if she doesn't give it up voluntarily, they feel that Faison could, what he's done before.
That raises the stakes considerably.
Which means you'll want to go out there and try and find her and try to stop the termination. But Robert, you know as well as I do that no black box operation has ever been unsuccessful.
Did I have any idea where she is?
Well, I almost did. I was about to call him with a list of destinations that Mac gave me, but Doug called me first.
Are you trying to tell me you didn't report this to the Bureau? That puts you on the outside as well.
Yeah, man, so what? Do you think that makes any difference to me? They've got a ticking clock on Anna's life.
What do I have that they don't?
Faison was planning to drop off Robin at various ports. I don't know which one.
So she's stashed in either one of these. Gotta get going.
Man, don't you realize something? Now, these people will not hesitate to kill you both.
Not sure. I outright the book.
No, man, you then you remember this chapter. If she is under Faison's control, she could be programmed to kill you.
I'll walk out of here. You and I will be incommunicado. We won't be talking anymore.
I know.
Everybody in and around me and you is going to be tagged for a contact, and I'm not going to oblige him on that point.
What do you want me to do?
Something I hope you don't have to. If enough time goes by and Anna and I haven't surfaced, you'll know we didn't make it. It's going to be your job to tell back to Robin that her parents are dead. Not how they died, but that they were trying to get back to her.
How much time do you want me to give you?
You'll know, or the Bureau will tell you.
How about Mac?
I don't want my brother coming after me. Maybe the only blood tie that Robin has left. Well, good luck, Commissioner.
Hey. I'll keep the chair warm, baby.
You be careful out there.
Okay.
Okay, so I hope that came through for you okay. What a touching scene that was. Robert's final scene with his good friend Sean Donnelly before he heads off to try to find his wife and Faison. So that's pretty intense. Anna's been blackboxed. Robert has to find her before the WSB finds her, or else it probably won't be very good. And nice ending scene there. I'll keep your chair warm. So good friend is going to make sure that he runs the police department for him as he heads off. Okay, so now what we're going to do, the next clip I'm going to show you is with Sean and Mac. Okay, so some time has passed since Robert has taken off to find Anna, and Sean and his brother Mac are a little worried. Mac didn't know everything beforehand, but Mac knows everything now that Anna was a double agent. They have been blackboxed by the WSB, both of them at this point. Robert Scorpio has even been blackboxed because of his association with Anna. So some time has passed, and they decide to take a visit to the WSB headquarters in Washington. To try to see if they can find out what's going on, number one, and number two, to see if they can actually, if it's not too late, to convince them to take that black box off of Robert and Anna, take the termination notice off them. Okay, so this is the next clip you're going to see. Just bear with me as I try to bring it up for you, okay? Just give me a second. Okay, so the next clip is up here. So I'm going to kind of scan over this. I'm going to kind of scan over this clip a bit for you. Okay, I want to show you where Mac and Sean are at the WSB trying to get answers on Robert and Anna after some time has passed, and they're hoping for the best. They're hoping that they're not going to hear anything bad. Okay, so just let me cue this up for you in a second. And here we go. Okay, so this is as close as we're going to get here. Don't pay attention to who these people are, but you're going to see Sean and Robert at the WSB headquarters, and they want some answers. Give me some answers, people. Come on.
Oh, these next few hours are going to be hell.
I know, Donnelly. No, Craig, there's nothing you could have done. That was some answers, Garrison. You never could handle the protocol, could you? You could stuff your protocol. Hell's happening, Robert Scorpio. I don't know anything about the circumstances. Oh, come off of it. You're second command of this organization. If renegade agents are out there running around in black box, you'd know about it. Look, I want to know about you, man. I want to know if they're still alive. I have a right to know about my brother. Somebody better talk to us and talk to us soon, or I go public. Is that a threat? Damn right it's a threat. You get on the horn and tell O'Neill he's got company. Get me the bureau chief. I think you ought to see Sean Donnelly.
Okay, so I'm going to fast forward a bit here. So there you go. That's the second in command that they were talking to at the WSB, and they want to talk to the head of the WSB. And Sean used to be the head of the WSB, so he's not putting up with any nonsense from this organization. So let me fast forward you to the meeting with the head of the WSB, okay? Okay, so what you're going to see coming up here very soon is that meeting. So here we go.
Listen, now we're too late. You used to be bureau chief. Tell your friend we don't release that information. I'm not bureau chief any longer. And I do release information, especially to the press. You wouldn't dare. Are you just trying to, Garrison? My wife is part of the press. And she's willing and ready to break the story anytime I give her the word. About this case, it's very fascinating. Human interest story. About a man who's so determined to become head of the WSB that he puts his friend's head on a chopping block. What the hell are you talking about? About you, Garrison. You had Robert blackboxed the moment you found out that the WSB wanted him as chief, right? You're trying to... No, that was the reason, wasn't it? Wasn't it? No. Tell me or I will smash your face in.
He's dead. Because he was trying to rescue a known renegade agent.
What the hell are you talking about? He's dead.
They both are.
No! What?
Robert found out where Faison had taken her. They were on a ship off the coast of Venezuela. Robert found them just as we were about to move in.
And you just decided to kill him, is that it?
The boat blew up and sank in 1,200 feet of water. No bodies were recovered.
You're lying. You're lying.
Our agents took corroborating photos from the time they saw the ship until it blew. They aren't very pretty.
Just get out of here. Get out of my sight. No, it's not true, Sean. It's not true. It's true. It's true. You can see Robert's face, in his hair. Let me see Faison's cigar. I don't believe it. Mac, look at the explosion. I mean, nobody could survive that.
Fine, I'm seeing it, Sean. Where are the bodies?
There aren't going to be any bodies. It just blows, man. It blows. Sean, they could have jumped off. What? Yeah, jumped off, swam away from a sinking, burning ship. There's no way they didn't have a chance, man. I mean, look at the time codes of the pictures. I mean, not even the clouds. Nothing has changed. They didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think I'll ever be saying this, but, they're both dead. And there weren't any bodies around for messy explanations, right, huh?
I think you have what you came for.
Wow. So there you have it. They go to the WSB. They're too late. Robert and Anna have been killed. And Faison as well, because he was on the boat with them. And that's what we were led to believe, folks. That's what we were led to believe for quite a while, that they had all died on an explosion on a boat, not caused by the WSB, but caused by Robert trying to get to Anna, and Faison probably doing something stupid, and so that he could kill Robert, and I guess he killed them all in the process. That's what we were led to believe. Okay, so this is where the lie comes out now, folks. This is great, isn't it? Crazy. A lie comes out. Doesn't come out, though, for 15 years. Well, actually, a little sooner than 15 years, because I think in about 10 years down the road, Anna resurfaces again. She's found in a cabin near Canada. She can't remember much. She has amnesia, and she's still in danger from somebody. And this was revealed about 10 years later. But no Robert showing up. And actually, Faison, I think Faison actually shows up about 8 years later, 7 years later as well, and is causing havoc again. And so he's alive. So, wow, the two of them are alive. What about Robert? What about Robert Scorpio? He doesn't seem to be showing up anywhere. And actually, Anna gets her memory back, and Anna believes that she remembers seeing Robert get killed. But did he? Okay, so this is the best part of the storyline here, okay? So 15 years later, so we're talking 2006. So they died in 1991. 2006, Robert's daughter, is working at the hospital. She's a grown-up adult now, Robin. And she walks into a room and is shocked to find what she sees. Okay? What does she find when she walks into the room at the hospital? Let's find out. That's clip. I'm going to bring that clip up for you next now, okay? So just bear with me as this clip comes up here. And here we go. So this isn't the people you need to see here. I'm going to be skipping over some of the parts of this video as well, but just bear with me here. And I'm going to bring you the clips that you want to see here. So, So this is the closest I'm going to get. So another 5 seconds. Watch something happen here, okay, folks? Watch something happen in a hospital room here at the hospital. Okay, so this is 2006 now, people. 2006.
Hi, sweetheart. This is an awkward situation. I guess there's a bit of explaining to do. Because if I don't, you're never going to understand what I'm doing.
Oh my God. It was all a lie, wasn't it?
I am a doctor. And your only family.
So what did she find? What does Robin find in the room? Her father! After 15 years, Robert was led to believe he was dead. The WSB told them that they were all dead, but none of them are dead. And you're going to find out what Robert tells her in a minute here. But Robert is alive, and actually now he's working for a disease control business. And what's happening on this storyline is a virus epidemic has struck Port Charles. Encephalitis, virus called encephalitis. Robert is trying to be on top of it and in charge of it, and that is what this context is. But let me take you to scenes with Robert and his daughter Robin. Robin is not very happy with her father whatsoever, okay? So I'm going to show you the next scenes here to do with them, okay? Okay, so here's the next scene between Robert and Robin. And Robin wants answers to, what the heck have you been doing for 15 years, Robert? Where have you been, Dad, in my life? Let's find out.
Your mom's was Mom in on it?
Let me explain.
Was there ever a boat explosion, or did you two just go off on some mission and then when she missed me, she decided to get in touch with me?
Your mother doesn't know I'm alive.
So you left her to grieve for you. You know, she lost her memory. She spent years
I
trying
need
to
to
remember what
explain this
happened.
to you, otherwise you're never going to understand.
You let me believe that you were dead. Or worse, you let me believe that you were brutally murdered. Why should I ever listen to anything you ever have to say again?
Because still no longer your father.
Okay, and I'm going to show you more stuff yet. Okay, so here we go.
I loved died in 1991. Maybe it wasn't even real. Maybe it was just a part you were playing. But that man, my father, would have come back for me.
I tried to.
Another lie. If you wanted to, you would have found a way. You always did before.
Your mother had never been black boxed before. She was a double agent, slated for elimination, kill on sight.
Don't tell me that you faked your death to protect Mom.
Look, if you don't... Now, we can keep on doing this. But unless you shut up and listen, you're never going to understand what happened. Now, I'll tell you a story, and then you can believe it or not.
Fine. Tell me a story. You can say whatever you want, but it is not going to change how much I hate you.
How's the temperature? Steadily rising. And yeah, this thing that the chimp was gonna... The monkey's a carrier, he's already... Yeah. There was an explosion, but it wasn't caused by Faison, it was the work of the Bureau.
So I guess they weren't exactly grateful for all your years of faithful service.
Faison was an enemy of the state. Your mother was a security risk.
He kidnapped her. He tortured her.
Nobody ever believed that. It was an embarrassment, potentially kind of messy, so they got out the book and followed through on policy.
Right, except no one died.
I did. In every way that mattered. I was taken to a holding cell. They knew your mother'd survived because they had pictures. Apparently she had some kind of amnesia, brain damage. No one knew for sure. So I was told unless I cooperated that they were going to kill her.
How did I know that this was going to end up all along and you were the hero?
I had pictures of you too.
Oh, right, Dad. They were going to kill me. I was in junior high. What were they going to do, send a sniper to take me out on my way home from dance class?
Nothing that dramatic. They would have just picked you up and brought you to a facility and used you as leverage. Because that's what you were. You were leverage. The daughter of a couple of suspected double agents. Ooh, there's a good bargaining chip.
So you saved me, thanks.
I took the deal. I transferred to covert ops and went about cleaning up the world, one dead body at a time.
Sounds ominous.
Killing people, my dear, is always ominous. But that's what I did for 11 years, where and when I was told.
Talk about a small world.
Excuse me?
Someone I know is in your line of work. Isn't it ironic that my father and my... I'm sorry, I digress. You were killing people for 11 years. That must bring us to 2003.
Change of administration. There's a new director. He owed me a favor, so I was let out of the deal. You were working in Paris at that point. 7th arrondissement, Rue de Tremplin, number 68.
Came to see me?
I knew the route you used to take to work. You used to stop at this funky little bakery twice a week. Pick up a chocolate croissant.
That's supposed to win me over that you came to see me in Paris between jobs? I'm sorry, but the only thing that really proves is that you could have left any time and you chose not to. Not because some agency was threatening my life, but because you were having too much fun with your work and you didn't want to quit. Did you run into Frisco on any of your spy sessions?
No.
Too bad. You guys could have compared notes. You know, Frisco bailed on Felicia and his daughters to work full-time for the WSB. Of course, he didn't pretend to be dead. You know, I'm not really sure what's worse. Because they can always hope for him to come home, but on the flip side, they know that they don't really matter. I always thought that I mattered to you. Guess joke's on me.
The year I kept you under surveillance for me. I have shots of you going to high school. Shots of you decorating a Christmas tree with my brother. Shot of you kissing some dark-haired boy in the park.
Stone.
The boy who gave you HIV.
The boy who loved me. The guy I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with. HIV happened to both of us. And you weren't around for any of it, so I'd appreciate it if you don't start to judge me now.
I have a copy of your blood test report showing that you were HIV. And the day I got it, I stared at it for hours. Hearing your voice in my head. Hearing you laugh. Hearing you tell me how much you wanted to be a dancer when you grew up.
HIV is not a death sentence.
I am aware of that.
Okay, so there you have it. That is the clips I wanted to show you on this week's Top 10 Crazy Soap Opera Plotlines. So, very, very interesting storyline. The fact that Robert went to search for his wife Anna, who was kidnapped by Faison. They were led to believe they all died in an explosion on a boat. That's what the WSB told them, but it was a lie. And 15 years later, he found out it was a lie for sure. And Robin is having a hard time hard time understanding her father, and she's mad at him for leaving him for 15 years. So that is this week's Top 10 Crazy Soap Opera Plotline. So I hope you enjoyed that. Next week, we're into the middle of our Top 10 Crazy Soap Opera Plotlines. We'll be at 5, and then we'll be moving up into even crazier soap opera plotlines. But this week, Robert and Anna dying on a boat. But not really, because it was staged by the WSB, and then 15 years later, we ultimately find out they're all alive. And they still are to this day, although Anna is on GH regularly. Robert is not. He shows up from time to time, but they're all getting old. They're old timers now for TV. So, but I hope you enjoyed that. So I'm going to leave you with that. So stay sane, and please come back next week to check out what will be crazy next week. Until then, goodbye.